What's up, everybody? Dan Greer, Clips DOT, coming at you today, back from Colorado. Just got back. It was an absolutely beautiful trip to Vegas. I was out there for the NPSA, National Portable Storage Association. I was a speaker at their event, had a great event. Got to chat with them a little bit, spent like the weekend with them. I flew out Saturday, spent Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, flew home early Wednesday with them. Not with him, but flew home early Wednesday after spending the week with him and getting to see a lot of people. And like we met a lot of people and we chatted with a lot of people. So we were out there for me and one of the people from my business development team. We were out there for a little bit and we had a booth and I did some speaking and it was absolutely awesome. But really, I was there to get to meet him. I was there to get to know people. I was there to build relationships. It's always about furthering our business, but it's also about serving others. And so one of the things that I did while I was out there is I served others, right? Like I served them by speaking about DOT. I served them about talking about some of my favorite books. Like I bet that I recommended the 10X Rule. Okay, I know I recommended the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. I know that I recommended Outwitting the Devil multiple times, like best book ever by Napoleon Hill. Everybody's like, Think and Grow Rich. I'm like, Think and Grow Rich is cool, but Outwitting the Devil is cooler. You gotta like dig into the message a little bit more. I think the reason I like it so much is it's not just like, boom, here it is. It's like, yeah. But anyways, I was sitting there and I was like looking at these and like, I told my business development person, I said, why don't I take our business cards back in that we got and let's like, we didn't just take business cards from people. We didn't have a fishbowl that said, give me your card and we'll give you this free thing. No, we had genuine conversations with people and we only took cards from people who were interested in wanting to learn more and who we wanted to partner with on things. And so some of these cards are partnership cards. Some of these cards are potential customers. Some of these cards are just people we met that we liked that we want to talk to again. But look at this. Like, this is crazy. Like, look at that. That's like a lot of business cards. And that one, look at that. Yeah, don't look at that too close. It was all backwards. I know, and I told you quick. But you see how that was? That was the owner, the founder of Landau. Yeah, I'm super stoked to continue my relationship with Don Landau. Super stoked for some of these other people that are in here as well. There was Craig. I'm super excited to talk to Craig. Scott. There was another one. I was looking at the cards right now because I got one that was like crazy good. Man. Bill, I've got a Bill that I'm super excited to talk about. There was Natalie, super excited to talk to Natalie. There was Natasha. There was like so many amazing people to talk to, and I'm just so excited about it. So I want to encourage you guys to get out there and have some fun and like go find a conference, go find something that's going to get you to grow your network, right? Grow your network and be there to care when you go grow your network. Don't just be there to sell something, because that was one of the compliments we got. Monique gave me probably one of the best compliments ever. She caught me after it was like day 3 and it was the evening, and she came up to me and she goes, I have to tell you something. You came to me last night at the pool party and I knew you were a vendor. Like I knew that you were here for a reason, but you didn't try to sell me anything. We talked at the pool and you got to know me. You wanted to know what was going on. You didn't walk up and be like, what's your business? Here's my business. Buy some from me. You came up and you said, where are you from? What do you do? Are you married? What's going on in life? What are you struggling with right now? And you allowed me to actually give you some of that information, and you listened. You listened. You weren't just like, oh, that's great. Here's what I do. Here, buy my crap, right? Like you built relationships. And that was probably the biggest compliment I could have got from anybody. Fast forward, and they were doing a recap of the event, like doing some surveys and stuff like that. And they talked about my presentation in there. And I kind of stood there at the back. I'd walked into the room and I stood. Nobody really knew I was in the room. And they asked, they're like, what'd you guys think of the DOT presentation? The president of the association did. And a few people in the room, some, they're like, it was great. And one guy's like, it was great. I felt like I had to keep up with him. Like, it was amazing that he presented and he had so much information to present. Like, I felt like I was drinking from a fire hose, was his words, right? He's like, oh my gosh, it was amazing. Like, there was so much. We could have talked. He could have talked for 5.5 hours and we still wouldn't have learned everything that like we need to know about it, right? And so I was super impressed with that, and like that really made my day. And then the president goes, is Dan in here? And I kind of raised my hand a little bit, and Monique was standing next to me. This was after she'd said the compliment to us. to me about that, and about not selling her anything. And Monique was in there, and she's afterwards, I kind of went back and I stood back by her again, and she's like, "You were the DOT speaker?" She's like, "Man, that's crazy." Like, she was just even more impressed that it wasn't about selling, it was about building relationships. So these are not sales, these are relationships. This is potential relationships to be built. That's what I'm excited about, is the potential relationships that come out of these events. So I want to encourage you guys to get out there and build relationships, okay? All right, this was a long one, but get out there and build some relationships. What y'all waiting on? All right, we'll talk to you later.